Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 3 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes Championship. And we are here at a very busy Whilton Mill Circuit for this third round, very popular track with the riders. As you can see from this superb drone footage, now towards the end of the first block, and it is the 140s Group A out in just a few moments. Brought to you in association with Parker Racing, this is the Pit Bike 140 stock group making their way out onto the track for the formation lap. The Group A riders, so some of the top riders in British mini bikes. This is the final race of the block, and it's always the one that never fails to deliver on action. Plenty of top established riders out in this one. We go through, of course, to our second block of racing right after this. And there we see the number 7 of Chase Collymore, heading a group of riders up towards the top of the Christmas corner. Number 97 in there, Jim Lovell as well. Another rider to look out for. And as we say, we haven't got the lap times from qualifying, unfortunately. We've got this glitch at the moment, so you'll have to bear with us. But needless to say, there's quite a few top riders in this one who'll be looking forward to getting out on a familiar circuit and very competitive race in store.
Absolutely. You've got to look at the likes of Ben Lord, Rhys Stevenson, Jim Lovell. Will Lathrop's going to be in the mix there, of course, as well. Rhys Stevenson, Ty Kinton, Joe Woodward and Chase Collymore, all right there up at the sharp end. There's a lot of big names from the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes. Parker Racing Pit Bike Stock 140 Group A. These are the guys that always give us plenty of drama and action. There's been plenty of season finale in these that are perfect enough to make any best of British motorsport show reel in any spectrum at all. So these guys will give us plenty of entertainment and drama. The championship battle obviously is still very close after the 2 weekends at Ella Park and Lydd as well, and that's going to give us plenty of talking points. It's still very even up at the front end of the field, but with Rhys Stevenson doing all the right things at the moment towards the qualifying session, he's right up there in the midst on the second row with Will Lathrop. Lord and Tyres have set the early pace, but that means that they're just playing catch-up after a difficult opening start to their championship campaigns.
So the last few riders now making their way around the course onto the grid for the formation lap, and we'll be underway very shortly with these very competitive riders, and all looks to be a very close race in store as the riders make their way through. I think there's just one rider left behind actually in the waiting zone, so it's a case of making sure we're all ready to go.
Well, Dom Herbertson technically leads the championship up at this point, the number 11 bike, but Jim Lovell and Ben Lord are very close to him. Only 2 points between them after a very competitive opening first 2 weekends. So this is where the real face of the championship can really play hands here. Dom Herbertson not here this weekend, so it basically opens the door to Jim Lovell, Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres to really start to make the rafters rock here in the title battle.
And of course there was that collision with Lord and Lovell at the previous round at Lydd, which really has opened up the championship somewhat. That first moto, it was a pretty hefty tumble. Both riders perfectly okay and sporting about it, but that really has blown the championship wide open. The last few riders now making their way onto the line. I think we are ready to go actually. So Lord on the inside, Rhys Stevenson also well placed in around I think about 3rd, 4th position there, it looks like. So they are looking like they're ready to go, and in association then with Parker Racing, Group A is about to get underway. The flag is about to be raised. Pit Bike Stock 140. Here we go then. So Ryan Tyres, Ben Lord, Jim Lovell riders to look out for amongst others. And away we go. Down the inside goes the number 1 of Ben Lord. Ryan Tyres in 2nd place. Stevenson 3rd. And squeezing down the inside there. Now, was that John Buckle or... No, it was the 97 actually of Jim Lovell. Here they're going to Christmas for the first time. Great move down the inside there, though, from Rhys Stevenson. Very aggressive opening few corners, and Stevenson's got away well.
Yeah, Lovell and Lathrop very close together to connecting on the way out of Crook. So I think Lathrop discretion the better part of valour as they came through the right-hander. But this is a very even and open contest already as the top 6 riders come through. And it is still Lord just in front of the 55 of Ryan Tyres. But you've got a very interesting squabble developing behind. Is this going to be the move for the lead already?
Stevenson down the inside, had that one weighed up going into boot. Very fast on the exit, and Stevenson takes the lead nice and early from Lord. It looks like the 55 of Ryan Tyres in 3rd position. Will Lathrop well placed as well. The 226 just ahead of the number 9 as they make their way up towards Christmas once again. But Stevenson, a great start to the race. Lord's going to try and fight back into Christmas corner, but not too close to make the move down the inside. On the edge of the top 10, there's John Buckle, number 20, battling away with the 84 Ben Clucas through Christmas corner. Down towards Ashby we go once again, and trouble here in the midfield. 2 riders down on the approach to, well, that's actually in Christmas corner, the 221. And
that's Luis Collado.
Collado.
Luis Collado's gone down. Was it the 51 in there as well?
55, I think it was, that went down. 2 riders colliding under braking. Both seem to be okay, and just checking that they're checking each other out. They're all both okay, those riders. The race goes on as the 2 riders pick themselves up, still with Stevenson leading the way, charging around that final corner. You get this great drone footage there showing you how quick the circuit is as the 55 of Ryan Tyres starts to close up on Lord now as they go to Christmas corner. Is he going to try and make a move down the inside? He is. Snatches the apex, and now of course he's got to guard the exit of that corner as one of the fallen riders moves to one side of the track. So the 55 of Ryan Tyres up to second place, Lord in third, Lathrop fourth. All very close, and at the moment the race leader Stevenson can't shake these riders off at the front. It's all very close indeed. There's Stevenson, and all of a sudden it looks threatening in second place.
So this is going to be tight all the way through because you've got 3 or 4 riders here now dueling for position. Lathrop, after his little squiggle on the opening lap, is now starting to get himself back up into contention again in 4th place behind Lord, and then in 5th place there, really starting to tighten in behind them. Jim Lavelle has not really dropped off the pace at all. So you've got these 5 riders very close in together. Stevenson having a little bit of a twitch there on the throttle. Tyres could get him.
Tyres maintaining the power out of the corner up towards Christmas corner. Is he close enough to go for the outbraking maneuver? Not quite, and he's got to be careful here because Ben Lord is on his tail now. Tyres sweeping on the outside, going to try and cut down the inside into Ashby. He's going to be late on the brakes.
That's very late on the brakes. They're both going to trip wide if they're not careful. Lord's going to get up the inside again into second and now make a move for the inside line, and that's really compromised Stevenson. He's down to 4th now behind Lord and Lathrop.
Proper block pass there from Ryan Tyres. Stevenson stands up in the corner and loses position. So Lord up to second place. But you can't certainly write off Stevenson. He's still very much in the mix. So Ryan Tyres, brave move through Ashby. Textbook block pass manoeuvre there, takes the lead. But Ben Lord in second place as they cross the line. Looks like Lathrop's still there in third, and Lathrop seems quick now. Looking at Stevenson there, very quick into oblivion, but seems to lose a little bit of time on the exit as Lord tries to find a line down the inside and makes the move. So another leader, Ben Lord this time. Lathrop looks threatening in third though. Here he comes down the hill towards Ashby. And is he going to try the inside? Not quite close enough as Tyres goes. Oh, now Ben Lord, I think, drifted wide under braking there.
Yeah, he made the mistake into Ashby, and that's dropped him to third place. And now Lathrop's got a real crack at the lead in behind Tyres. So this is going to get interesting and spicy again for Lathrop in second place. He's been working his magic all the way through this race, as low as 5th at one stage, now getting himself back up into second place. This is about Tyres now, just holding focus at the front end of the field here. Lathrop in second, Lord in third still from Stevenson and Lovell, and these 5 absolutely bolted together. This is the glorious race we were hoping for. Goodness me, 4 wide further back into Ashby.
Close in the midfield there. It's incredibly close battle here throughout the field as the midfield runners make their way through, heading down towards Boot as we look at the leaders once again, and looks like Lathrop has taken the lead.
He's done it, he's done it. He started that move up at Crook and Oblivion. He basically kept the throttle open around the outside, managing to get into the braking point for Christmas, and has now hit the front. So Lathrop is your leader. A fantastic drive, as low as 5th on the opening tour. Now he's up in first place. Really good effort.
So Lathrop, your new race leader, but Tyres maintaining the exit speed out of the corner as they go towards Boot. It's a drag race into Boot, but Lathrop's got the line and will hold on to the lead. Let's see what Tyres can do now. He's going to try and cut down the inside into the final corner. Oh, he stands it up down the inside.
Oh dear, they almost clattered into each other. This is easily the race of the day thus far, as Lord tries to slice up the inside of Tyres to get back on terms in a second place. But he's got better purchase on the throttle. He's going to draw alongside the edge, and he cuts across the white line slightly. Stevenson's going to do them both.
Inside. Oh, he's very late into the corner there, but can't quite get the advantage down the inside. This is all going to benefit Lathrop at the front.
Well, Lord has got into second. That's the crucial one. Lord did manage to get the move done there on the inside. And Stevenson has got through to second. Lovell gets spat out.
Just caught the back wheel of Stevenson there, gets stood up and stays on the bike though, of course. That was very close not to tumble down the track. Lord's got the momentum going into boot. Nice line out of the exit and sweeps around the outside of Ben Lord. Here we go into the top corner. Let's see if Lathrop can fight back down the inside into the final corner. Nice exit there. Through heel and takes the lead once again. It's all about exit speed at the moment. We've still got Ryan Tyers in third. Stevenson watching in fourth. And let's see who gets the better line, the better drive up the hill. Lord looks quick out of the corner there. He's going to try and find a gap down the inside. Not quite though. With Lathrop holds on to the position. Here they come down towards Ashby once again. It's almost like slips, like a drag race almost. It's all about the exit speed at the moment.
Yeah, this is all about elbows and ego at the moment. Who's got it in spades to be able to hold the driver to the apex in the braking zone? Because they've all got about as much one-lap pace as each other here. Lord has got plenty of momentum. Tyres has got plenty of aggression. And you've got to say that defensively, this is a really solid ride from Lathrop, because he's got two very hard-charging riders in behind him. Lovell has lost total momentum there in fifth position. Stevenson is struggling to maintain the gap now to the three riders up front. Oh, goodness me, a big mistake there from Lathrop out of the final turn. Almost caught the cone on the outside of the curb, and that could have been very difficult for him. That would have unsettled the bike completely, as now Lord has got another good run. Lathrop choosing the inside line to defend. Lord is going to try and sweep by, squeeze the throttle to cover on the exit, and this could be an overtaking move into Ashby.
Here they come down the hill then once again. They are closing up on tail enders as well. That could be another factor in the closing part of the race. Lathrop guarding the outside on the exit as Lord looks down the inside. He kept the momentum up and down the inside we go. Now let's have a look at Tyres as well. We'll sneak through. This is where Lord seems quick, but Ryan Tyres has got a good drive out towards boot. Going to try and keep the momentum up through boot now. Very slow technical part of the track here, but it's important to keep the momentum going. Tyres having a peek down the outside. He's going to shadow on the back wheel here. They are closing up on tail enders. Here they come through Oblivion. Tyres just shadowing the back wheel. Going to try and get a good exit, but Lathrop looks threatening in third as they make their way up the hill towards Christmas once again. Drag race down the inside. They're slipstreaming. It's all close, but Lord holds on to the position. And let's have a look down the track now towards Ashby. They are closing up on back marks as well.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get very tricky. You've got three incredibly feisty riders on the limit of adhesion as they try and get on the undercut of these back markers. There's almost certainly going to be one of these three riders compromised from now on, because they're in their own little battle. They're trying to get in the undercut of a slower rider, and there you go. Now Lord is trying to take Tyres with him, but also try and lose the guys behind to essentially get them tucked in behind another competitor. It's really caught out the man in third place. Lathrop has lost a little bit of momentum, but he gains it straight back. He gains it straight back as now Lord is having to tiptoe his way past. They've all just about kept that one in.
Squeezing through there.
Dear, oh dear.
You can see the lappers as well. Once Lord gets through, they see the number one plate. They know they're coming through. You can almost see him checking their shoulders there. So it is allowing second and third just to tail on here and get through. Because once the leader gets through, somebody's gone. Somebody's almost in Northampton there, I think.
Yeah, it's Reading.
Reading's off, but the rider's okay. Completely cooked the brakes there into Christmas, I think. This
battle's got so much coming, hasn't it? It's not done yet. It's up the inside. Lord is defending.
That's one of the fallers from earlier on. So Lord, here we go. We've got the timing back now, as you can see on the screen. So
it has come back, thank goodness.
And look at this midfield scrap here, though. They're all battling for position now. Of course, they're not too far ahead of Ben Lord, the race leader. So this is going to be the last lap any moment now. Here we go. So this battle we're looking at now, 77 in there. This is the Pearson in 17th place, all battling in the midfield. They're going to come into the attention of the race leader very shortly. With one lap to go, Lord still leading, but Tyres and Lathrop still very much contenders in this one.
This is going to be tricky. You've got to time this one absolutely spot on, Ben. This is not going to be easy to slice because you've got four riders absolutely at each other's throats in front. You can't afford to back down off the chase either because you've got Tyres and Lathrop still incredibly close to each other. Was that a move? Was that a move on the inside of Lord there?
I think it might have been because they are closing up on this midfield group. It's tight. This is too close to call here. Tyres still leading as battling for the lead, you should say.
Let's look back. Let's look back because this is where it's all kicking off. Lord is in the midst of it all. Is Lord going to be able to hold it to the line?
It's going to be close. But, Lord just 0.6 of a second covering the top three riders. They encountered traffic on the final lap, but Ben Lord barely by the front width of a front wheel there takes the checkered flag from Ryan Tyres. Lathrop third. Stevenson a little bit further behind in fourth, with Lovell rounding out the top five. And there we see exhilarating race and having to deal with lappers in the midfield on the final lap. And as we said before, of course, those midfielders, they've got, sportsmanship is to let the leaders through, but equally they've got their own race to run as well, so it's going to be tough.
Well, that's it. And the riders they were in the midst of there, they were only battling for about, 13th, 14th position, so they didn't actually lose a massive amount of time. But at the same time, you've obviously got riders out there who want the position, so they're not going to give way. So it takes a massive amount of calm and discipline from the leading two riders there to make sure they don't get themselves caught up in anything silly towards the end of racing there, because that could have been incredibly messy. But they managed to get out of it. Lord gets the win from Tyres and Lathrop, so it's very nicely done. Without a doubt, the race of the day. But now that the sun's coming out again, the clouds are pushing away, these second races should be even faster.
Well, let's see how it goes. Of course, that's the end of the first block of racing. Group B will be out in just a few moments. Parker Racing is the Stock 140 Group A. One more race to go then of this exciting but incident-filled day here at Whilton Mill. Bit of a delay to the programme, and the final races have been shortened, which does mean that the start is very important. This race, brought to you in association with Parker Racing, is the 140 Group A. Some of the top names in British mini bikes making their way out onto the circuit now. And here we go for this final race. Only 5 laps, and we believe this will be very much the same. And as we've seen several times in these final few races, the start will be very important indeed. That first lap as well. Stay out of trouble and just try and make some places up, get away on those first 2 laps, because in these 5 laps it's a sprint style race, all very important, and a lot of emphasis is on that first lap.
Well, this is all going to be about the top 5 riders again, isn't it? It's going to be that combination of Lord, Tyres, Lathrop, Stevenson, Lovell. These are the 5 riders who gave us a plenty good scrap earlier on, and I think we're going to have another spectacular battle from the competitors again as they head around the circuit. So this is obviously going to be a pretty tricky day at the office for them, this final race. 5 laps, you don't have a lot of time to rest on your laurels. You've just got to get stuck in and go for it and hope that the race is going to come to you. But obviously there is a lot of groundwork to put in on this formation lap. You can see that it's a much faster formation lap than we have seen from the previous heats, and that's because essentially those first 2 or 3 laps of work behind the handlebars, you've got to do it on this formation lap. You don't have long. 12 laps earlier on, 5 laps for this race because of the stoppages and red flags, so you don't have time to waste here.
So certainly get the tyres warmed up as quickly as possible, as much as possible on that formation lap. Riders taking their place on the grid now for this final moto of the day. This is the Parker Racing Pit Bike Stock 140, and everyone seems ready to go. Last few riders now making their way down onto the grid. Riders at the front certainly seem ready, gathering their thoughts and concentrate how they're going to get through these first few corners. And that's a loose wheel bearing or something at the back there. Looking at the back wheel for one of the competitors. I think it was the 62 of Carl Sanders, but whatever the problem was, the bike seems okay. Riders ready, and we wait now for the flag to drop for our final race. Away we go. Reece Stevenson down the middle, but it looks like Lord has got to jump on the inside. However, look at Ryan Tyres into that first corner. They are battling through turn number 1. Lord's held on. Stevenson down the inside of Lathrop as well. Here they come to Christmas corner, and Stevenson goes down.
He just got too hungry.
Caught down the inside.
Too hungry on the inside line. Neither of them would bail out of the move.
Rider okay. Let's have a look again. You see going down the inside of Lathrop, and he'd already committed Lathrop, hadn't he? So unfortunately for Stevenson, that wasn't going to come off because, like you say, Lathrop he'd already committed to that one. Yeah,
unfortunately, neither rider wanted to concede. You've only got 5 laps to do anything about it. Lathrop has already caught right onto the back of the man in front, Lord. Has there been another incident further round? I think there has been another incident further round.
Yeah, trouble here. We got 56. That was going down there. That's in the midfield, I think.
It
so
is,
one or two going down at Ashby. There's 97. Lovell now will leave up to 3rd place then. So at the moment it's turning into a fight between Ben Lord.
Ty Kinton that went down.
So Ty Kinton, yeah. He was on the edge, just outside the top 10, wasn't he? So Stevenson, of course, you can see tumbling out of the reckoning. Ty is having looked down the inside of Lord. 4 laps to go here now. I don't think they're going to look behind them too much here, but almost you'd want Tyres and Lord to try and pull away here from the 3rd place Jim Lovell. They'd want to try and pull away and stop Lovell from getting involved in this one, because if these two start trading paint and battling for position here, this could allow Lovell and Lathrop into this one as well.
And don't forget as well, you've got Mick Lord in there in P5, only about 1.8 seconds off it. Chase Collimore's in the mix there as well in 6th position. In a sprint race like this, when you've only got a handful of laps to play with, it really is make or break. This is Tyres' move on the inside line. Surely that's a beautiful sweep in the final turn, and Tyres gets the lead from Lord. Lord is not done yet, though.
Well, Lord are trying there to maintain that momentum out to the final corner, but now getting involved in this one is Jim Lovell. And Tyres has timed that one to perfection, but it's getting close going up to Christmas corner. Lord trying the outside line this time. Now turning into a 4-way battle for the lead. And where is Mick Lord and Chase Collymore? Not too far behind. This is a couple of seconds down. Half a second covering the top 4 riders on that first lap. Oh, it just seemed to me like Tyres oversteered a bit out of the corner there almost. Lord still very much in this level, and Lathrop could be a factor as well. Here we come now. We're getting towards the more technical part of the track, into the boot complex. And Tyres gets a nice line. He looks quick through the boot section.
He does, and when you've got a category which is so evenly spaced between the leading riders, you've got 4 or 5 riders here who are within 100th or maybe even 200ths of a second maximum from each other in terms of raw 1-lap pace. That means you're definitely going to get some really exciting competitions between these guys. We saw the earlier heat was absolutely lightning between these 5 riders up front. Sadly, Stevenson now down in 16th, unable really to make much headway after that tumble at Christmas on the opening lap. But these 4 are left to play it out, and you can see that Lathrop has really extended his aggressive stance. He wants a little bit more from this bike. He wants to keep it pushing all the way to the bitter end, and he might just get one whiff of a podium, but it's going to be tough between Tyres and Lord.
Lord has got the momentum now going up towards boot. This is the part of the track where the 55 Tyres looks strong, so he may well pull away once again. Here they come down towards boot once again to complete this penultimate lap, but Lord has found a line here and is tagging onto the rear wheel. So 1 lap to go, and this is where Lord, he's not going to make the pass here, but he's going to try and keep the momentum up and perhaps look at something going into Christmas for what will be the last lap. Here we go. Final lap of this 3rd round of the Rich Energy BMB Championship. Lord trying to find a way through. Lathrop's got a good lap in there as well.
Lord's got this in reserve. Look, he's going to power alongside Tyres. Tyres has really got to commit to the corner if he wants to take the lead back again. Lord slices up the inside. Full commitment, full chat out of Crook. And now it's up to Tyres to try and fend back.
Down the inside into Ashby, but Lord knows he's coming and guards the apex. It's still a 3rd place level, and Lathrop, Lord trying to pull away, but this is where Tyres is strong. He's going to try and tag onto the back wheel of Lord going into the boot complex for the final time. Tyres is quick round here and gets a good drive once again, but Lord has got the line.
Oh, he's going to come around the outside and tuck in for the inside line. And wide goes Lord. Lord goes wide, and now we're going to get a really tough race to the line from Lovell and Lathrop. Is this going to be Tyres to the line? He's just going to have it. Goodness me.
Tyres holds on there. Here we see once again down the inside of Lord. And that was close. Lord already committed to the corner, but it wasn't going to come off there. Tyres was already on the apex. And the unfortunate Ben Lord has to settle for 4th position. So that's a win for Ryan Tyres, diving down the inside in boot and taking the line and the victory. Jim Lovell sneaks through into 2nd place. It'll be 3rd for Will Lathrop. Ben Lord, unfortunately for him, has to settle for 4th place. Mick Lord in 5th. Chase Collymore, another good result for him, in 6th. Rounding out the top 10, Matt Davis, Ryan Clark, John Buckle and Reece Stevenson. A good comeback for him, up to 10th position after dropping it on the first lap. But what a thrilling fight to the finish there, with Ryan Tyres and Ben Lord fighting through to the final corner. That pretty much rounds things off for our 2nd and final race for the Pit Bike 140s, and a thrilling conclusion.
What a way to end the day as well. I mean, Whilton Mill really has given us so much excitement in this 3rd weekend of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes. It's been great to be part of it. It has been a bit stop-start, a lot of red flags through the day, 7 in total, but absolutely fantastic battle. It's been really, really exciting and some great racing. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I can't wait to see what happens at round 4.
Well, thanks for coming along, of course, Jake, and thanks for your help today. That is the halfway point of the season, drawing to a close. Next time out for British Mini Bikes is the 20th of September at Three Sisters in Lancashire, back here at Whilton Mill on the 18th of October, and, of course, the finale at Teesside on the 1st of November. So next time out, we will be at Three Sisters. Join us with Alpha Live on the 20th of September. I've been Chris Sora, joined by Jake Sanson. Thanks, of course, to everybody at Alpha Live for all their hard work. Thanks to all the cameramen, the volunteers out on track, and anyone helping out on track, such as the marshals, of course, the lap scorers, medics.